Next, and a law student from Cheshire who died after 4 telephone consultations with his GP would probably have lived if he'd seen a doctor face to face.
Well, that's the conclusion of a coroner in Yorkshire on the death of 26-year-old David Nash, who died from an abscess on his brain. His parents, Anne and Andrew, say they are both saddened and vindicated after his inquest heard a failure to arrange an appointment in person was a missed opportunity.
The GP practice in Leeds has now apologised to his family. Our correspondent Michael Billington has more.
A talented musician, a wonderful son, brother and friend, and a huge character. But the calls to his GP for help in the final days of David Nash's life reveal a patient in serious need of medical intervention.
I've still just got a temperature, and now I've got these really bad shooting pains up the back of my neck and in my sinuses. Pretty much every time my heart beats, I'm getting these pains. I'm just not sleeping with it, and I'm just not myself with it.
This was the 4th and final phone appointment with David's doctor at Burley Park Medical Centre in Leeds before he was admitted to hospital in November 2020. He'd been complaining of fever, neck stiffness and headaches. In fact, he had a serious bacterial infection which went on to cause an abscess on the brain. David died following surgery which might have saved him if he'd had it sooner. This inquest has heard evidence from 2 key medical reports. In a statement, Dr. Alistair Bint, an expert in general practice, said this was a patient that needed to be seen in person. Had he been seen in person, it seems likely to me he would have been admitted to hospital. He added it's likely that would have happened some 10 hours before David was actually taken to St James's Hospital. Meanwhile, a report from neurosurgeon Simon Howarth, who investigated Mr Nash's death, concluded on the balance of probabilities, had this intervention been 10 hours previously, his death would probably have been avoided. Today, a coroner ruled that the failure of a nurse practitioner to arrange a face-to-face appointment was a missed opportunity.
As a family, we have been devastated by David's death. We in turn have spent 2 years seeking answers on his behalf and to make sure that others don't die as David did.
Tonight, his family say they feel vindicated by the ruling, but for David's case is far from unique.
The one outcome we would have liked is David back, and we were never going to get that. And if a positive can come from this inquest, it's to highlight the jeopardy of not providing necessary face-to-face GP appointments. And my understanding, we've been contacted by other families that David's not alone in this.
The practice has now apologised to David's family, but they say his potentially preventable death has left a massive gap in their lives.
He packed into his 26 years what I would dream of packing into my 57 years now. It's just a shame. Where I feel desperately sad is for his partner Ellie, because she had all the years ahead planned with him.